Okay, we're here with senior quarterback Parker Schrater. Okay, Parker threw for 3 touchdowns. All the different receivers tonight, but more importantly, you got your first victory of your senior year. How's that feel?
Yeah, it's great. We had a lot of guys step up. I mean, on the defensive end, Dakota Kiso had some big stops at corner. Texas had that big catch, like tips into his hands.
Yeah.
And then Blaine had that big catch. Zach had the big catch right off the start to get us up early. And then obviously Larry just did some crazy things.
We'll talk about managing this game, and they got to within 1 score, and then the defense comes up with a big 4th down stop in the 3rd quarter, and then you managed to stretch the lead a bit. What was it like for you out there managing that offense?
We knew they were going to fight. You got to give a lot of props to them. They fought. We had them down 2 touchdowns at halftime. They come stomping back. We score early in the half, and they're still fighting in the 4th quarter. It's 1 or 2 touchdowns. We had some receivers step up. Jaron had a big-time catch. I mean, big-time catch. A lot of big-time receivers making big-time plays in the 4th quarter to seal the victory. So.
Well, it seems like some of your receivers were dropping early, but you had confidence in them and kept going to them. Why did you have so much confidence in some of those guys?
Because I've been with them forever. We've been working hard. I have trust in them. They're making plays. Obviously, you can tell late in the game they just had some big-time plays. I mean, Zach had some big-time catches deep. Every receiver made a big-time play tonight that was on the field.
Well, talk about Texas a little bit. Where did he come from? What happened? I mean, he just seems to be fitting in with you guys pretty well.
Yeah, he moved in from Texas.
Yeah.
And his name's like hard to say. It's like a Manu or something.
Yeah.
So everybody just calls him Texas, so it's easier. And I mean, he has some big-time plays on the bubbles, breaking tackles, getting a lot of yards. And then he had that touchdown catch. Pay off for him. Happy for him.
What did you think when he was kind of bobbling it and finally grabbed it?
I threw it and I was like, oh no, that's close. He's wide open. He tips it up and I was like, come on. And then he just brings it in and I was like, let's go.
Of course, Zach had a great touchdown pass, but that route by Blaine Hightower, talk about that seam route and him coming in like that was almost perfection.
Yeah, it was a post wheel. So Blaine was running a post and Larry was running a wheel out of the backfield. And Blaine was just wide open. He split the 2 defenders. I just threw it out there and let him go get it. Walked into the end zone pretty much and caught it right out there. So.
Okay, one more question. After that loss last week and now the win, did you erase what happened last week, and you think you're on the road to improvement right now?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, going into last year, we were on a 5-game losing streak. We were on a big-time skid. Last week was just an embarrassment, quite honestly. It was bad. Offensive, defensive, everywhere, we just struggled. And to get back on the foot after this week, with all the adversity we have, Tuesday having to practice inside, then Wednesday we have to go to the Wichita Sports Forum so we can even practice, and I mean in tight area, and through everything, 3.5-hour drive, and we come out here and bring a lot of energy and play with a lot of heart, fight.
All right, very good. Thanks, Parker. Good job tonight.
Thank you.
All right, senior running back Larry Wilson. I think you set a record on the punt return with maybe 99.5-yard return. Talk about that. Well, talk about the win first of all. How's that feel to get that first win under your belt right now?
I mean, the win was great, honestly. I think our practice was a lot better, and we came together as a team. We met Thursday and we're talking about being a family and stuff. I think we came out and did that today, so it helped us a lot.
Can you tell me about your punt return? Why'd you pick it up?
I picked it up because I didn't want to be down that far in the end zone, so I was like, either tackle me here or I'm going to go up and score. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to score. I just started running and I was like, hey, if they can't catch me, so I just took off.
Did it open up for you on that right side? Or
what
did you see?
Okay, there was one guy.
Yeah, what happened?
He tried to tackle me. I was like, my ego got to me a little bit. I was like, I'm 5 times better. He's not going to tackle me, so I just kept running. I pushed him off, and another one came, pushed him off, and I saw green. I was like, touchdown.
And then, of course, you had the 18-yard run there in the 2nd quarter. In the 3rd quarter, you broke off that 93-yarder. Talk about that run. It kind of almost broke their back there.
So that was probably the O-lines. They had great blocking on that. They really stepped up that play, I guess. And when LaCure would call that play, I was kind of lost because I had a little cramp in my leg. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And when I got the ball, I was like, I just saw green and there was one person there, so I was like, never mind. I can do this. And when I scored, I got a cramp in the end zone.
So you drive out here 3.5, 4-hour drive, bus ride, long drive for you, but you're going home victorious. How does that feel?
It's probably going to be a lot of noise. I won't be able to sleep on the bus, so I guess I'll be pretty lit.
Are you okay with that?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with it.
And what does this do for you guys going into next week and finally coming home?
Give us confidence, I guess, in our team and our defensive line, offense, and all that other stuff. Special teams, especially.
Frustrated that other punt return was called back in the middle?
Oh, yeah. When I saw the flag go by, I was like, hey, we got the next one.
Yeah.
I came off, like, Parker's like, you gotta go get it again. I was like,
And that's when you broke. That's when you scored.
Larry Legend! Larry Legend!
Larry Wilson, congratulations on the win, man. Good job. Appreciate it. Coach Schrater with your first win as the head Hornet.
That's right.
Talk about that first of all.
Well, I mean, I'm happy for our kids.
Yeah.
They've worked hard. They put a lot of hard work in the summer. They deserve this. Happy for my coaching staff. They've worked a ton, and especially this last week, the adversity we faced after the Maize game. Happy for the fans back home. I know we didn't have a lot here because of the trip, but I'm sure there were a lot watching on Hornet Studios, and I'm excited that they got to see a Hornet victory. And heck, I'm excited for you, man. Hopefully we can sell some more papers.
Well, thank you for thinking of everybody.
That's right.
I appreciate that. Well, I want to take you to that the third quarter, 4:52 left. You had that fourth down stop to keep the score 14-27, which I thought was a key one. Then Larry gets that 93-yard touchdown to kind of stretch the lead. How big was that defensive stop for you guys right there?
Well, it was huge. I think if I remember right, that was coming off the series where I kind of mismanaged. I thought we were on third down and it was fourth down and we don't get the points. They drive all the way down to our goal line. We have a stop. I mean, that's probably the biggest momentum swing in the game, to stop them after they drove all the way down the field after we mismanaged the previous series, and for Larry to go score on a 93-yard touchdown. I think that kind of let the air out of the stadium a little bit. Give us the separation we needed.
Well, you end up with one turnover tonight, which really didn't hurt you because of late against the twos.
Yep.
Is that a key tonight? I mean, not turning the ball over?
Oh, yeah. Anytime you don't turn the ball over. And, we got that kickoff early there, too, from them. So anytime you can win the turnover battle, you're in good shape. You steal possessions, the opponent loses possessions, so the turnover's huge. Every successful if you don't turn the ball over and you turn the opponent over.
Didn't have a lot of success passing the ball the first game, and then that when we came out, there was a drop pass, but you kept going to it. You went back to Zach, and he catches that beautiful touchdown pass in the first half. Talk about your confidence in your receivers, and you weren't going to go away from that.
Well, Zach's a matchup issue. He's a 23-inch long jumper, or a 23-foot long jumper in track and field. So you take that matchup. The guy quite a bit shorter than him, so we said, hey, put up that jump ball. You put up a 50-50 ball to Zach, he's going to come down with it 80% of the time, if that makes any sense, just because he's athletic. And we got a lot of faith in those guys. We had some key drops in the first game, but we knew that with their athleticism that we could get them open and get them passes, and Parker put it on the spot today.
Talk about Texas.
Okay.
That one-handed grab. I mean, he was playing hard all night, but then for him to get a payoff like he did, and stick with that ball to score a touchdown, what can you say about this kid?
He's a passionate young man. He comes from Texas where football's a big deal. That's why he's got the nickname. Just a passionate young man. I know the move's been kind of tough for him, the adjustment and all that kind of stuff. But he's come here, he's worked hard. He's a guy that after he drops a pass every day, at the end of practice, you see him doing push-ups. We don't make him do push-ups. He goes and does those things. And, it's nice to see him have success. I think he deserves it. We're excited for him.
The game manager, Parker Schrater, he managed well for you even when he got down. He got sacked a couple of times. He kept his head up, kept his eyes up, more importantly, and was able to manage his game. What can you say about your quarterback tonight?
He's gritty. I mean, you can't ever count Parker out. He's going to do what it takes to win. And he's a confident kid, a real confident kid, confidence, grit, and that really bleeds over to our team. It benefits our team a lot to have him back there.
And you might talk about your offensive line a little bit. I mean, obviously still work in progress, but much better tonight.
Yeah, well, and we're pulling some of those guys into double duty. Tony ended up playing on the defensive side. But those guys they're progressing. They're working hard. It takes a little time for all that to develop, even though they're returners. Timing's key. So we made some adjustments. We got Larry back in the pistol so he could hit it inside a little bit. You know, they were heck bent on taking the inside away from us, though, so it was real tough on our guys. They were just stacking it, and that's kind of why that last play, you know, that last Larry run was real successful because we were able to get it on the perimeter. We knew we needed to get it out there just because of the way they were pinching, and our linemen would be able to get us out there if we called that play. So.
All right. 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
Larry, I mean, his 99.5-yard punt return, special guy, right? I mean, who does that, right?
Yeah.
And who snatches the ball in another punt return and takes it into?
Well, and Jared Enzi probably said it best. Whenever that kick was made and he went to go pick it up, Jared was saying no, 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 and pretty soon it was yes, yes, yes. So
sorry, I finished your sentence. For
yep,
you,
there you go.
I get what you're saying.
And Ben Wilson, Larry's dad, was saying the same thing. So.
Right. All right, 3, go home. You got a lot of traveling tonight, but next week, feeling better after a win, and then you get a home game. How's that feel?
Well, the win's no different than the loss. You got to put it away and look at the next one. Okay. You know, we'll enjoy it on the ride home. But I tell these guys all the time, champions finish. And if we're going to be there, we can't live off this one. It's not going to be enough, so we've got to go finish.
Yeah. Congratulations, Scott, on the victory as a Hornet.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yep.